If every NBA franchise could bring back one former player in their prime to fit their existing team, this is who I think they should take. Part 2. Starting off with this video, I'm going to go with the Rockets. And I think it's quite obvious. Everyone's saying they need a point guard. And they've had a few great point guards over the years. But I'm looking at James Harden. I mean, he averaged 40 at one point. And he can create, he can do much more than that. Like, he revolutionized the step back three. I really think that not only the perimeter scoring they need, but they need someone who can play make. And of course, you've got Chris Paul. But if you're comparing their time in Houston, I'm probably going to go Harden. Now, let's move on to the most successful team in NBA history, the Boston Celtics. For me, it's a toss-up between two players, Larry Legend and Bill Russell. And just because the similarities between Tatum and Larry, I would probably say they need a center more, a defensive anchor, a staple, and a leader of the team, especially now that Jaylen Brown's left. Because he was a great defender, which people don't give him enough credit for. And I think Bill Russell would really rejuvenate the team. And as good as Larry was, like, he'd be the best player on that team still by quite a bit. But I think they'd benefit of Russell more, his qualities, because he was still a decent playmaker. He was specifically a defensive staple. Rebounding, he would have that on lock. Obviously, he played in a different era with different rules. I mean, but what team doesn't want an elite center? And it's not like he can't help them win. He's the most winningest player of all time. Next, we're doing Philly. And I mean, there's some great players. AI, and I'm not talking about ChatGPT. Wilt Chamberlain, Charles Barkley, who I think would make the best fit for this team. I mean, LeBron's been linked with a return, and then that might change opinions. But as of right now, he's not on the Sixers. And I think having a guy like Charles Barkley, a leader, and I just think he could fill that missing piece, because then all of a sudden you've got Tyrese Maxey at the 1, Edgecombe at the 2, Jaylen Brown at the 3, Barkley at the 4, and Embiid at the 5. You don't get a much better starting 5 than that. If they can all stay healthy, that's a championship right there. Then we're going to finish it off with probably the easiest one, Minnesota. So they've got the backcourt. They've just brought in LaMelo with Ant. So you've got the speed there, the franchise guy. When you think of Minnesota, you think of Kevin Garnett. Yes, KG. He can play the 3, the 4, the 5. He can play whatever you need him to. The point is, Randall's now gone. They had Cat a few years back, and it didn't work out. This would be a chance to get KG his ring. He never got one in Minnesota. He had to go to Boston. Ant hasn't got one. LaMelo, I'm not so sure about that backcourt and how he would do in a winning mentality, but KG brings that, and I think that'd be a perfect fit for Minnesota, and that's a team right there competing for a championship. And that's my list part 2. Let me know your thoughts.